So, welcome to Urban Eggers. Today we are going to show you how to set the eggs inside of the incubator. I already have the incubator plugged in. I have it set on the hard, flat, level surface. And it is just now starting to warm up. You will see up here is the temperature setting, and then this is going to be the days left. And I'll show you just the inside. It's where the eggs go. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off just momentarily while we get the eggs set. This little thermometer here is going to be measuring the humidity. It's at 36 right now, so it still needs to get up a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get these eggs set. All of the eggs are marked with an X that I marked on them just like that. And that's just in case if I decide to manually turn them, I will know where the turning start and stop points are. Or since I have them on automatic turner in this incubator, I will just make sure that they're actually turning. I'll check it every once in a while just to make sure it's getting turned really well. I typically just put this little humidity gauge just on the side somewhere, just kind of standing up like that. And this one's going to hold 7 eggs. And this right here is the humidity pod. It's what's going to control the humidity. It has a cover on it just for the safety of the chicks once they hatch so that they cannot get in here and drown. And I've already added a little bit of water to it. It's just a very, very tiny bit on both sides. And then I will check it in about 15 minutes to see exactly where the humidity is. The target range is going to be between 40 and 50% humidity, and that's going to be for your first 18 days of hatching. And then after day 18, whenever you go on lockdown, you will bump that up to 65%. And the way that you adjust the humidity is by adding water or taking away water. And whenever you add water, you just want to do it very gently, very quickly, and a little bitty tiny bit at a time. I use the lid from a water bottle to gauge how much I put in there, and I put like half a lid at a time, and then I gauge it every 15 minutes. And to get the incubator set up, you're going to press the plus and the minus sign at the same time. It's going to give you to your temperature. On this one, I have it set at 100.2, just because it runs a little bit low at times. And so I like it set at about 100.2, which is going to make it in the range of about 99 to 100 actual degrees. And then, don't want to adjust that. All right, the days. This is going to be how many days are left to hatching. It's going to do 21 since we're doing chicks. Then we have the T mode, which is going to be our turning mode. This switches the turning system on and off for an automatic turn, and I do want it on. Then it goes to your turn interval, and that is going to set the delay between the turns. It can range anywhere between 30 and 180 minutes, and I have mine set for 180 minutes just because I typically like to turn mine manually by hand 3 times a day, and this equals out to be about that. And the turn angle is going to be how much it turns your egg, and so it just depends on the size of your egg. For this size of egg, I'm just going to do a turn angle of 5. The alarm high is going to be the alarm that goes off whenever the temperature spikes, and so it's going to go off if the temperature gets above about 1.8 to 9 degrees Fahrenheit above, and I always have my alarms on. I've never had one go off though. And then alarm low is going to be the same thing as the alarm high, except it's going to alert you whenever the temperature falls low or below the degrees that you have it targeted. Then we have our cooling mode. Now cooling mode you can have on or off, it's totally up to you. I do turn mine on, and only for 60 minutes. This is going to be once every 24 hours, in which a little fan will come on and it will begin to cool the eggs. And this is to mimic the real life scenario of an egg being set on by the mother, and she's leaving to go and get some food or get a drink. Whenever she leaves her eggs, they do get a little bit cool, and so this is to mimic that. And then this is your Celsius Fahrenheit setting. I always have mine set on Fahrenheit. And then you always need to save if you make any adjustments. So save. All right, and so it's all set. And it will start to turn, and the turning minutes you can adjust if you want to have it turn more frequent. You cannot turn your eggs too much. The reason that you turn your eggs is so that they won't stick to the side of the shell. And so like I said, you can do it every 15 minutes, or you could do it every 180 minutes. It's totally your choice. And just to show you a brief hatching calendar, this is the calendar that comes with our Hatch-A-Chick program. It goes through days 1 through 21, and gives you a little bit of insight as to what's happening inside of the egg, as well as what's going to be happening. And then a few questions and answers down here, along with your target environment that you're going to want to set it at. Now for days 18 to 21, it's locked down to whereas you do not want to raise the lid. You want to let the hatching pretty much just happen and leave them alone. And so that's whenever your humidity is going to be cranked up between 60 and 65%, and so a little bit more water will be added. And you will also stop turning, you will stop cooling, and you will remove the tray, which is what the eggs are sitting on right here. That just comes right out, and I like to put an anti-slip mat underneath my eggs so that the chicks have something to grip onto whenever they hatch and begin walking. So just a brief introduction, and just before I go, I'll check my humidity here, and I do see that it has got up to about 41. It will probably increase about 2 or 3% more in the next 5 minutes or so. But like I said, I do always leave that in there so I can gauge that. But I hope that this helps give you an insight to Hatch-A-Chick, and thank you for joining Urban Eggers. Goodbye.